Good morning. One thing I'm not as a public speaker. I don't really do well. I shouldn't say that I don't do well with public speaking. I'm just not the type of person to go up to people and kind of cram my viewpoints or my thought processes on people. I love to share. I'm a huge believer. I feel like that the majority of my life, God has been the only reason that I've gotten through the trials and tribulations that I have been through. My life has been less than easy. It has been quite complicated. I have been through more than most people an entire lifetime in 35 years. That being said, I very often have moments of doubt to where I am really kind of like, why is this happening to me? And I think a lot lately I've been struggling with why is it so much, because it has been so much. It just doesn't stop, and it just feels like no matter what I do, there's always something else going on. That I've always struggled with life, because full disclosure, the bad things that have happened to me in my life, a large majority of them I know are from my choices. There have been things that have happened to me that are beyond my control, and I know that. And I know that a lot of bad things happen because just bad things happen sometimes. But I also know that a lot of things that I've gone through in my life were direct correlation with a choice that I made that was not a favorable choice. So I've never really looked at my life and been like, oh, why did God let this happen to me? Or why did God let that happen to me? Until recently, because recently I've worked very, very hard to make better choices and to do the right thing and to really follow what I feel like God would want me to do. And there have still been a lot of things happening that just make me question, where is he and why is this happening? And am I missing something? And what am I doing wrong? And, this morning, my daughter's been at school and she's been having some issues with her friends, some just regular fourth grade drama. And she basically had this little tiff, and I was trying to explain to her that sometimes we say things or do things that we don't really mean, or that we don't really think is going to hurt someone's feelings. We don't think about what it's going to make them feel like. And that ends up causing a fight or hurt feelings or anger or whatever it is. And I told her that while she may be angry and hurt, that holding on to that feeling angry and hurt is one thing, but if you hold on to it and you live in it for a very long period of time, the only person it hurts is you. A long time ago, when I was going through some of my stuff, I was told that when you hold on to anger and hurt and guilt, any of those things, it's like drinking poison and hoping your enemy is gonna die. It only hurts you. They're not hurt by your lack of forgiveness. They're not hurt by your anger. You're hurt by it. You're holding yourself back from the joys in life by holding on to that. And so I was trying to basically get that across to her. And she looked at me and she said, Mommy, I don't feel like forgiving them, but if you are telling me that I need to forgive them, then I trust you, and I'm going to go ahead and forgive her, and I'm going to let it go. And I was baffled by her ability to blindly trust my judgment and the fact that I was her mom and I wasn't going to let anything bad happen to her, and that I wasn't going to give her bad advice, and she was just going to take what I said and she was going to do it, and she was just going to blindly follow my lead, knowing that I love her and I would never do anything to hurt her intentionally. And in that moment, it was like, and I know people are going to look at me like my hair's on fire, and I really don't care. God told me to blindly trust him and that he loves me and that he is not going to let me fall. He's not going to let something bad happen to me without a purpose. Like, he is going to be there. He would never blindly lead me into something that was going to hurt me, because he loves me and I'm his child. And the blind faith that my daughter has in me, I need to have in him, because he is my father and he loves me and he wants to take care of me. And I literally, in that moment, felt this weight off of my shoulders of feeling like for years, mainly the last year of me actually doing, my best to be a better person, I had felt like, oh, that's what the point is. That's what you're trying to tell me, is that there's something more to come. There's better tomorrow. There is a reason for today. You are not going to, leave me stranded. And I instantly felt like there's a purpose. All the bad, all the sad, all the hurt, all the anger, all the negative, there's a reason. I don't know what that reason is. I still don't know what that reason is. But if he's telling me to blindly trust him and love him and follow him, then that's what I should be doing. And I shouldn't be trying to fix myself. And I shouldn't be trying to fix everything else around me. I should be trusting that he's got it under control. Does that mean that I am released from the obligations of being a good person and doing everything I can to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do? Absolutely not. But does that release me from the burden of feeling like everything that happens to me is my own fault and that I need to do something to fix it and that I deserve all these negative things in my life? No, it doesn't. It means that sometimes bad things happen. It means that sometimes there are things that happen and we don't know why they happen and we don't understand them. Sometimes the world is crappy. But tomorrow brings something better. Our life everlasting brings something better. God brings something better. There's a reason for it. And if I can do it, you could do it. If I can make it, you can make it. And if we all just stop looking at the world and judging and being angry and being hurt, and just start to realize that God's handling it and that there's a reason, it's a little easier of a place to live in. Because, to be honest, for a Christian, earth is the only hell we'll ever know. And for a non-believer, earth is the only heaven they will ever know. And do you want to be the person that teaches them that? Or do you want to be the person that's so consumed with everything bad that's happening to you that you can't see the people right in front of you that need what you have, that is releasing you from all the bad? So I just kind of wanted to leave that thought with everyone. I wanted to kind of get that out, share that with you guys, because it really, really resonated with me this morning that we have a relationship with God like our children have with us. And if our children are going to blindly trust us through a situation that they don't understand and that they don't get, then why can't we blindly trust God to know that he's going to get us through, especially with all the years of wisdom that we have, all the years we've seen God still made us here. I'm here. I'm making it. I'm surviving. Don't necessarily think that some of the things I've been through, I should have made it through. I don't necessarily think that some of the things I've done and been through, I should have come out on the other side of. but he got me through them and he did help me. And so in that situation, I just kind of wanted to share with everybody else. You know, if you're having a bad day, if you feel like it's bad, just remember that you're not in it alone, and um you're just not having it. I mean, you can't take on the world by yourself, and that is the most important thing.